everyone and welcome to day 14. Happy Valentine's Day for everyone that's celebrating, or even if you're not, here's a bit of love just from me. Happy Valentine's Day. Mwah! Thank you everyone for watching this video on such a lovely day. So I hope you've all got plans today of some form. If you've not, even if it's not Valentine's Day related, you've got some kind of plan to keep you going, to keep you upbeat and fresh and alive. So today we're going to colour this map. Now I'm not going to go with traditional colours, I'm just going to go with colours that I feel like I am wanting to do. Again, I'm going to talk to you through it. I may speed parts up just to get through it quicker. If not, I don't think it's going to take me that long. So let me just sort out the focus, because this camera I have never wants to work. So let's have a see. So I always have to do it manually. That one. Okay, so let's okay that and apply it. So I'm going to have my cue cards out and hopefully I don't knock them out of view. I need someone like that's watching with me, don't I, to say, Shell, you're out of view again. See, it's even sliding. I'm not touching it. It's sliding anything on its own. So I might have to start gluing my books down. So I'm going to start off with the little sun brolly. And this one is going to be a combination of greens. So we're going to be having ivory. And we're going to be having light Pelthor green. And we're going to be having Pelthor green. And we're going to be having dark Pelthor green. I just thought I'll use the same family of colours. And this is what we're going to have going forward. So I'm going to start off with the brolette. Now in this brolette there's quite a lot of detail in it, but you can't really see it. So I'm not starting off with that. Let me just move. I've changed my blade on my M&R sharpener and it's just sat there on my thing. That's very naughty. So with dark Pelthor green, I've got myself a nice little point. Now I'm back to using my M&R, which is this one. Oops, let's stop that from shaking. See a bit of DNA there of mine. So I'm back to using my M&R, put a nice new shiny blade in it. This is my favourite must-have sharpener. I absolutely love it. I will link it in the description if anyone wants it, but it gives your pencils such amazing sharpness and it doesn't to eat away at your pencils. I also have this one before I move on, which is the tgaal. This is also a holy grail sharpener. I've got the Hank Frank sharpeners, which are eating away at my pencil. I've never known my pencils to go down so quick. I've had my POLYCHROMOS pencils for well over a year, and since I've been using my swordfish, they are going down very, very quick. And I've seen this on Tonya's page, Tonya Appetite for Colouring. I've seen hers use this and I was like, ooh. So, and she's got a different one that's very similar to this tgaal as well, but I can't remember the name of it. But these are a really good pencil sharpener to have, especially if you only want a point but you don't want much coming off your pencil. These are fantastic. So let me just get on with actually the task in hand, even though I went off subject there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try my hardest to follow the pattern. Now I can't really see it, so I'm just going to come in with dark Pelthor green. Hopefully you can see that there. This is not I bet it's dark phthalo green, isn't it? Pelthor green. And I'm going to put these in as much as I can. It's so hard because obviously they're all coming to a point somewhere in the middle. A little bit like a centre point here. So I'm going to try my hardest to see. Hopefully I get it right. I'm going to start coming really close together here now. I've lost the pattern there, I can't see it at all. Let me just get my big book out. So if I get my big book out and anyone following can then just follow me so I can see, hopefully, my bigger book. No. Okay, no. We can't see in that either. So let me just go with what we got. So this is a big hump here. So there'll be one here going into the centre. One here going into the centre. It's going to be a weird looking brolly, I'm very sorry, but what I should have done is probably not attempted to put these in. I think I've made a boo-boo. But oh well. It's not, it can't be helped if you can't see what's going on at the end, can you? These are all a weirdly wrong shape. Let me just rub that out. I don't like it at all. If they'll rub out even. These are all not right. They don't rub out the best polychromos, but so let me try this again. So that's going to there, that's going to there. The centre point is there, isn't it? I'm going to be doing that brown anyway, so I'm not really that bothered about it not hitting the right spot. So there's going to be one that comes from there, then there's another that comes from there, then there, then there, then that one. There, that looks better. Oh dear me. Right, so I'm going to start the middle off. I'm going to put the brown ones in anyway, so I'm going to do the middle with cream, with ivory, so you won't really see this, but when it's all coloured you will. So at the point of each one of them, I'm going to start with ivory. So I've made quite a boo-boo on mine, but hopefully you won't on yours. Okay, and then I'm coming in with light phthalo green. I ended up pushing it right up there. I really need to watch what I'm doing, don't I? So next is just blending in from the ivory out. And I'm not pressing on heavy, I'm just doing a nice light layer. Oh, I think I've lost that pattern that's there as well, so I'm going to have to try and freehand that in if I can. I'm just going up and down with the pencil. I'm going to go back to ivory. And I'm going to really just sharpen up the end of that. I'm just going to blend that in again. I want that middle to look really light. And then next up is phthalo green. And that's going to come all the way to the end. Whoops. I'm going to kind of flick it in. Only because I like flicking. I've really messed that up. I can see where now there's supposed to be the lines are a little bit and where they're not meant to be. And I've kind of put them where the lines aren't. Oh, my hand's coming to a point where it's like, how much colouring have you done this month? Or this past 2 months nearly? I don't think it's used to it. It's like, oh, I've never had so much colouring use. I'll tell you what, it's been good colouring every single day. I've really enjoyed that. And then back to light phthalo. I keep trying to say it palfo, it's not light phthalo. Blending it in. There's a slight more greenier tinge to light phthalo than there is phthalo, so it gives it this nice warm green effect, but yet they still blend lovely together because the same tone. Make sure all the edges are done, and then I'm going to come back with dark phthalo green, and I'm going to heighten that back up again, but then on these I'm just going to give them some nice flicks along this top just for more texture. Well, getting a nice bit of texture to it there. Deepening up the spines to the umbrella. Just going to turn my page ever so slightly. And then got my concentrating head on here. Flick all this bottom bit. I've lost my little lines there. And then in there, add that line as well. Back in with ivory just to give it all a nice little burnish and help lighten that middle section back up again. Okay, so then just for the umbrella out, we're going to get green gold. And then I come down here. And fix that. And then there's a little bit to that middle bit there. I'm going to kind of put these in. Don't know whether you can see all of them. I'll just put a few in, just so it looks like you can kind of get the gist that it's an umbrella. There's still a little one coming from there. I don't know, that's a weird one to put them in. Okay, so just take dark Palthor green and I'm going to kind of just put the shadows in on the umbrella with this. There we go. So that's the umbrella done. So I'm going to move that out of the way. We're going to do the mat itself now. So let me just move them out of the way. And for the mat, all the colours are going to be cream, light magenta. Not too sure if you can see all these with the light coverings on them. Then we have light red violet. Then we have manganese violet. And then cobalt turquoise and light cobalt turquoise and cobalt turquoise. That's what's going to be in the mat. So firstly I'm going to put cream, and I'm going to go all in over the centre here, very light layer, just kissing the page really. And just giving it a nice mix in there. That's just to give it a base to work off. And then the same with just this edge here. I'm pressing on a bit firmer there because I want that to be bright around that edge. But I only want it to have a light dusting of colour in the middle. So I'll just go back over that again. Okay, so give that a nice little dusting of colour. So then I'm going to come in with light red violet, and I'm going to again a light dusting of colour. So light one. Oh, sorry about that. Let me just turn this sound off. I've got my iPad on my desk from my live stream yesterday, and it keeps pinging off, so I'm just going to turn it down. There we go. I shouldn't do that again now. Lightly, I was on a roll then with the same pressure all the way around that. Okay, and then again around this edge, this outer edge. And for just these sections, I'm just going to come in with the very darkest of our purples here that I'm using. Which is manganese violet. I'm going to attempt to do the pattern. So I'm just going to press on, follow the mat's shape here. Same down here. Following it ever so carefully. And then I'm going to put, it's just got little patterns in. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to randomly, because some parts of the pattern disappears. So what I can't see it. So I'm just going to kind of like scribble a pattern in. So it looks like there's a pattern there, but there might not be a pattern in that section, but this is all I can think of doing, so it still gives it a look of a pattern. Then I'm going to come down here. I need to keep my pencil sharp for this as well, so I may have to keep sharpening that tip off. I don't want this going too thick. I'm just following the waves of the blanket as well, or mat, I don't even know what it is. And again, I'm just going to put in that pattern look. That may or may not. This is a shellarty pattern. A nice shellarty pattern that kind of looks as much like what's on the page as possible. and I'm just going to turn it this way. Just put that up there. So obviously I've kept my cue cards on, even though I'm telling you what I'm using. I've kept my cue cards on, so if you don't want to watch it in real time, you can speed it up via the settings on the video. It should be in the top right hand corner. I think it looks like a cog, or at the bottom. If you click on your video, it should come up at the bottom or the top. And if you press on that, it should say video resolution. I think revolution it may be. If you press on that, it should give you the option to slow the video down or speed the video up, depending on what you want to do with it. So if you are speeding it up, the cue cards are there for you to see, and if not, you're listening to me, then the same goes. So what I'm going to do here, just where the shadows are, I'm just going to add that in with the manganese on the side here, just to show the bend and curves of the rug. Not so much bending and shaping there. And then same with this bit here. A bit of a dip there, and put the shadow in there. And it's darker in that corner there. And then I'm going to come back with light magenta. I'm going to just fill that in. Not sure, did I put light violet red before? If I did, it was meant to be light magenta. So when I put the first layer of this pink down, it should have been light magenta. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, with the cream, hopefully this will work. So where the shadows are here, I'm going to deepen up the marks on the rug, so we kind of get that same creasing going on with the rug here, as though it's kind of being wrinkled up. It's coming out into, that's a big one, so the shadow starts again here. And I'm just fading it off towards the middle. So there's another one here. And there's a wrinkle goes in there, and it just gives it that. You'll not really see it that much, but from my angle you can. There's another one there. And then all this obviously is darker. So then comes the fun part. So I'm going to be mainly working with light violet red. So I'm going to try and do some of these. So this is light violet red. So some are going to be red, some are going to be blue, So I may have to improvise on some of them and kind of put my own pattern in. And then there's, oops, didn't want to break that tip off there because I really wanted to keep my tip. No idea if that's a Chinese symbol in there, but we'll see. So another one here. I've no idea if I'm doing the right pattern here or not, but I'm just trying to make them look flowery. Some kind of dome looking thing here. I'm just thinking that that's what they are. One there and there that are bibbly, and then this here. Okay, so then I'm going to jump in with light cobalt. And then we've got, I think, what looks like kind of like a rose thing going on like this. I've no idea if this is just what I'm seeing in my head or if there is actually these things here. If I'm just putting it in and that's not really what's there. But hey ho, that's what pattern is there for me. Okay, and then there's something down here. I'm going to do this in cobalt turquoise, the darker one. And it looks like some kind of pattern down here. Maybe it's some kind of symbol. And then there's some dark spots. I want to do these. I think I'm just putting my own pattern on here now, you know. There's definitely spots around. It's going to look pretty anyway. They've got to be the same here. Some kind of strange shape there. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with light magenta. No, not light magenta, sorry. Where have we gone? Manganese violet. I don't think I used this before. I think I used my other one, didn't I? So here. There's something shaped there and there. Maybe miniature little roses. Can't see behind that one. So I think I'm happy with that. So then I'm going to come down to our little shoes here, and we're going to do them light cobalt. When I do them, I'm trying to put this in a place where you can see. So I'm going to do the whole shoe in light cobalt first. And then cobalt turquoise is going to go in the shadowed area. All the way around. And I'm going to bring that round the back. That shadow on the front of that. Trying to think, if I get my big book, that's them done. So if I get manganese violet up now, I'm going to look at my big book and I'm going to try and attempt to put that symbol on that umbrella. And so it's just got, get it sharp on the edge. See if I get this right. Okay, and then it's got some kind of bird looking patterning, so I'll just put that in. I think it's like a wing, don't know. Yeah, leave it like that, and then I'm going to come back with, let me see, where's my deep dark phthalo green. Need to just come back with that. I'm just going to pop some sharpening tip on that. Probably people thinking, oh my gosh, it's already sharp, but I like mine sharp. Oops, I've just snapped it off anyway. So I just need to bring these back in because I want it to be like on the umbrella, not the sticks. And just some of these are still white. Okay, so I think lastly we have green gold for the wood at the bottom. So I'm just gonna gingerly come in with this, and you see there, I don't want it to go over the black bit, so I'm just gonna put where it's literally white, because the dark's kind of there already. So we want to use that to our advantage. And then let's just get some cream for our little birdie here. You can be a cream bird. But then I'm going to bring in light cobalt. I'm just going to give him some nice little blue wings. And then I'm going to bring in dark phthalo green. And I'm just going to bring that in between his wings as well. And his little friend is going to be that colour at some point as well. Let's go back with cream. And just fill this back bit in there a sec. And there we go. And there you have it, everybody. Day 14 is done and complete. I hope you've enjoyed that. I've tried to get as much detail in as I possibly could with that mat, and I hope you've enjoyed it. So tomorrow will be day, let's pull it up a little bit. It'll focus it on its own. No. There we go, that's better. So tomorrow, day 15 is the fish. This is day 14. I think I just said that's day 15. I'm getting myself all confused. Day 14 today, day 15 tomorrow. Confusion over. So I hope you've enjoyed my version of the day brolly and the mat. I think that's a geisha thing, isn't it? So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow on the next one. Bye everyone.